Welcome back to Epic Universe for the start of annual passholder previews. It's Coda's turn to experience this incredible new theme park for the first time ever. So in today's video, we're going to take on every ride, try some delicious new food, experience some amazing entertainment, and so much more. We spent the night at the new Stella Nova Hotel so we could get into the park an hour early. So let's start this video off at the Epic Universe bus loop and get this unforgettable day started. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the bus depot over here at Epic Universe. We did have to wait a little while for our bus over at Stella Nova, but it wasn't that big of a deal. We literally just crossed the street and we were here. Honestly, we could have easily walked here. It would have been like a less than 10-minute walk. So we'll keep that in mind for next time. If you guys are staying at Stella and a bus isn't coming for a little while, just go ahead and walk it. It's only a very short walk, literally across the street, and you're here. And as a reminder, guys, Epic Universe is still in technical rehearsals. It is also worth noting that Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry is also still in technical rehearsal, and you can only access it via virtual queue. Current time is 9 a.m. and here is a look at the security checkpoint area. Just beyond the security checkpoint are the turnstiles. As of right now, it doesn't look like there's any separate queue or anything for hotel guests, so everyone's just kind of bunched in together. So we'll let you know what the whole process is like in case you guys are either staying at a hotel or coming in as just a regular day guest. I also want to point out the height chart over here for all of the different attractions at Epic Universe. In case you have little ones, you can get them measured over here before you even enter the park. All right, we're in, babe. It's your first time at Epic Universe. Oh my gosh, it is gonna be such a great day. Everyone is being let in the park right now. We still don't know how they're gonna be separating resort guests from regular day guests, but take a look at the Kronos Tower. Oh my gosh, I can't. We're back. You can see the Kronos Tower is spinning up top, but something I didn't notice the last time is that they're spinning over here as well. Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams. I cannot believe we're back. All right, so now we need to figure out where we need to go because we want to do Stardust Racers first. Okay, so over here it says early entry until 10 a.m. We have Super Nintendo World and Stardust Racers open for early entry. Okay, so questions have been answered. As soon as we enter the park, you can either go left or right. One for Super Nintendo World, one for Stardust Racers, and they do separate it out based off of guests with hotel room keys. So you have to have a valid room key in order to get in. And it looks like there's a secondary checkpoint over here. So that's really good to see. This particular portion of the park, we actually never touched on our VIP tour. We can see the Atlantic restaurant over here. It's a nice sit-down seafood restaurant. And then, I don't even know what this is over here. It's another restaurant of some kind. Take a look at this, guys. We have our entrance to How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk over here, and then Stardust Racers. We're gonna try and get both of these coasters done nice and early. Now, if you guys have never been to Super Nintendo World before, either in Japan or over on the West Coast, I highly recommend getting Super Nintendo World done first. If you're staying here as a hotel guest, go over to Super Nintendo World first and get that done because those lines are going to be insane. All right, guys, first ride of the day is gonna be Stardust Racers. I know it's kind of shaky because we're speed walking. All right, here are the lockers for Stardust Racers. You can see they are double, I think they're double-sided? Maybe not. But either way, we're gonna put our stuff in a locker. Okay, it is going on 10:40 right now, and we have gotten both sides of Stardust Racers done in that time. Honestly, not bad at all. If you can get both sides done all at once, then definitely go for it. I wouldn't personally wait until later in the day to get the other one done, you know? You're already here, get them both done now, unless you're really not interested in doing both, and that's whatever. But now I have no idea what we're gonna do. What are we gonna do now? Where are we going? Dark Universe? Okay, we're gonna head on over to Dark Universe. That way we can get Monsters Unchained done next, because the last time I was here, it broke down both times. We want to get that done nice and early, and then maybe later on in the day, do it again. So now that we have a little bit of time to kill before the rest of the park officially opens, we're over here getting some photos in front of the Helios Grand and the big fountain over here. This is definitely a nice time to do it. Look at the lighting. It's perfect over here. So I just want to show you guys, Universal sent out a push notification saying be ready to get virtual line return times. At 11 a.m. is the first drop for Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. So we'll show you guys the process in just a little bit. In the meantime though, we're going to be making our way over from the water and over onto Dark Universe, which just opened its gates. All right, here we are, Dark Universe, the first portal of the day. So we're coming up on 10:50 right now, and you can tell that the floodgates have opened up on both sides of the park, where day guests are now being let in. So just so you guys are aware of the timeline. Babe, your first portal, what do you think? I know, the screen is really cool. I love it. And they're so crisp and high quality too. This is us being transported into Darkmoor Village.
I got zapped.
You got zapped? And right now, this is the line for Monsters Unchained. It doesn't look like the queue's actually opened up properly yet, but still, holy moly. Yeah, the queue definitely hasn't opened yet, so this line that we're seeing is the standby line of guests just waiting to get inside. Okay, so Monsters Unchained is not going to open on time at 11, so we are making our way over to Curse of the Werewolf. And check this out, guys, the Burning Blade Tavern. We didn't get an opportunity to get a close-up look at this when we were here for the VIP tour. Okay, Curse of the Werewolf. Definitely a fun ride, not worth like waiting over an hour for. Like I would wait about 30 minutes for it, but if it's anything over an hour, then just go do something else. While we were in line, the virtual queues for Ministry dropped, and unfortunately we were unsuccessful. Half of our group got it in a group of 2, and me and Coda, we unfortunately didn't get it. So there's that. We are gonna try again a little bit later, but now we did see that the Monsters Unchained ride is open, so let's go ahead and experience that. I love how you can purchase like a werewolf helmet. Just kidding, the attraction is delayed. I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go, it's delayed. Oh boy, please don't be my white whale. All right, we've had a pretty eventful morning so far. Let's head on inside the Burning Blade Tavern and get a snack, maybe a drink. Wow. That is nuts. But with all of that being said, let's head on inside the Burning Blade Tavern. So in case you guys are curious, here is a look at the menu. We have different specialty drinks and draft beers. You guys can go ahead and pause the video to take a closer look.
Blade, release the hounds! Oh! Excellent, all right, drink up. Good luck, you're gonna need it out there.
My drink of choice for this morning is a Premier Protein chocolate shake. This is my breakfast. I also like the details on top over here. It makes it look like the roof is on fire. That is so cool. Okay, so Coda got the Monocaine drink. This is the one and only non-alcoholic drink on the menu. This has Monin pineapple syrup, Monin blue raspberry syrup, Monin passion fruit syrup, Emerald luster dust, and Sprite mocktail. This was $12.
But how confident are you that this guy with the beard is not a werewolf? You see that beard? Do you see that hair?
You know, he's a little weird at night.
Okay. Have we seen him underneath a full moon?
Not yet.
Not yet. Gregor's just saying there's a little to be a bit suspicious about,
Okay.
right? Okay, now.
I'll watch out.
Perfect. Werewolves are my specialty. Like, you see that one up there on the wall? So, I got him in the woods of North Duxborough last week. How I got these scars right here, okay? But I was able to saw off his head and mount it on that wall. So if he goes wolf, you just call Gregor, and we'll be able to put him down, okay?
Yeah.
All right, watching you, wolf man, okay? Yeah, we just
I
got
appreciate
this place clean of fleas, okay? I cannot afford to do that again.
All right, so the friends that we're here with, they ordered the Burning Coal. These are basically like jalapeno cheese bites. You might recognize this from Halloween Horror Nights last year. They had this at one of the food booths. All right, babe, so what did you get?
The Hunter's garlic blade.
Hunter's garlic blade. Interesting. So it's basically like a garlic breadstick?
A pretzel bread.
Oh, pretzel breadstick.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And it's got like what, garlic sauce on the side?
Garlic butter pretzel with garlic dipping. I thought it was cheese.
Ah, okay.
Whoopsie.
Well, go ahead and dig in.
Very garlicky.
I wanted you to have a
That's what we're hoping for. No vampires here. Oh, you're going sauceless. Okay. Tasty? Mm-hmm. All right, my turn. Okay, trying it no sauce. Oh my god, that is really garlicky and really good. Okay, yeah, that is really good. If you're a fan of like garlic knots or garlic twist whenever you order pizza, that's definitely the stuff. You have to love garlic though. You have to love garlic. This is super garlicky, but it's really good. It's also really important to note that this is only available via mobile order. So if you come in here and ask for it, you have to go through your phone. So right next to Monsters Unchained, there's a little hut over here that serves beverages, and they have Coke Freestyle machines over here on the other side. I had no idea. Okay, so I ended up getting an Epic Universe souvenir cup, and the only reason why I got it is because of this. It says grand opening 2025. So yeah, that is so cool. This was $17 with my annual pass holder discount, and I get refills the whole day. I also want to point out that the Coke Freestyle machines over here, they have their own specialty drink. I have to place a cup over there, but it says Screaming Berry. So while I was over there getting a souvenir cup, Coda and her friends decided to head on inside the gift shop for the Frankenstein experiment. Let's take a quick look inside. Babe, what is this?
Hold this. Look at, first of all, he's so cute, but then he's holding a little wolf.
I think all the guys are holding something.
She's got a kitty that's also all stitched up. He's got a squirrel, and on the mini thing, he's eating a squirrel.
Oh no. So that's his lunch.
Yeah. Of course, a little bat. The creature's got a fish.
Huh.
And then the mummy's got like
Oh, a
one of those
cat?
dog things.
Oh, one of those little dog
I
things?
think it's a dog.
Ah.
Yeah. You know, he's so happy with his little friend.
He is happy with his little friend. So here's just a quick look inside of the gift shop over here. Since there's not a whole lot of people in here. Really nice. The last time we were in here, it was jam-packed full of people, but basically anything and everything monsters related, you can get here, and it is awesome. And Coda is about to buy this little guy.
Look at him.
She's in love. Also, what's really interesting is that you can buy some of the set pieces, well not set pieces, but some of the costume pieces for the monster makeover thing. So like you have the bride hat and bride dress. We have the Frankenstein outfit over here and the collar up top. We have the Wolfman stuff. We have the Gilman outfits. All of these are for the monster makeover stuff. And you can buy it all separately. I am also really tempted to buy this over here. Take a look at that. This is the ride vehicle for Curse of the Werewolf. It's a little model that you can build yourself. Really tempted to buy this. If they had other ride vehicles of other attractions in the park, then I would definitely do it.
collecting monsters.
Of course.
What a little one.
I know. That starts small, right?
Yes, perhaps you can train me.
Ooh, yes.
Kind of like Victoria's trying to do. Control me. Are you a scientist?
I try to be. I'm not
Hi.
very good.
Someone who's actually using their brain around here. Can't say the same for this one.
Never.
I talk to a camera for a living. I have no brain.
I contend. The AI has taken over by now.
It honestly has. I am terrified.
There's nothing left. Just a skin sack, a shell.
That was intimidating. I was backing up the whole time. All right, we're done with Dark Universe for now. As soon as we see that Monsters Unchained is back up from its delay, we're gonna run back over here because I'm not leaving this park without riding this thing today. Hopefully, maybe. But in the meantime, we're gonna make our way over to Super Nintendo World. So the portal to Dark Universe is over there. If you turn around this way, there's an ice cream store called Frosty Moon. Huh. So just outside of Super Nintendo World, there's a Nintendo store. We have Donkey Kong and Bowser on the outside, and then we have some stained glass windows up top with Mario, with Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. Let's see what else is in there. Oh my gosh, the whole gang is here. Take a look at that. And then we have The Legend of Zelda up there with Link and everybody. Oh my gosh. This is also my first time in this store, period, so I'm seeing all of this for the first time. Holy cow, this is insane. Also, there's a lot of Legend of Zelda representation in here. What in the world is this? We have the sword over here and the Triforce. Like, what are they not telling us? I also love that we have the 8-bit characters over here as well. That is so cool. Like, take a look at all of these character banners up here. It's all 8-bit versions. I love this. So nostalgic. So basically anything and everything Super Nintendo World related you can get here in the store without actually having to venture inside Super Nintendo World itself. That's awesome. And I also wouldn't put it past them to put some exclusive items in this store that you can't get inside Super Nintendo World and vice versa, just to get you to visit both stores. You know what I mean? Okay, change of plans again. We were gonna walk inside of Super Nintendo World, but Monsters Unchained is back open, currently at a 25-minute wait. So let's not waste any time. Let's head on over there, guys. For us, it's been about 45 minutes. For you, only a couple minutes, but we're heading on back inside Dark Universe. We saw people running over here, but it looks like now might be the time. Oh, please, please let us get on.
Margaret, I'm gonna have you stay closer. I'm gonna have you go closer.
What the heck? Strobe warning. Wow.
I'm just crazy.
Okay. What the heck? What is he doing to the bat? That looks so good. Holy cow. We're kind of rushing through this a little quickly because we're in the express line, but oh my gosh.
Yes, doctor. The doctor will see you now. This is fun, yes?
They were afraid of what he had done. But you will see. There is nothing to fear. Show them.
What's that?
Lower the lights, quickly. Now. These people are friends. See? There's nothing to be afraid of. He is amazing. Better than the original. He is the key to our most exciting experiment. For years, I have studied and controlled the monsters that prowl the darkness, and only one remains. I will control my ultimate challenge, Count Dracula. Calm yourself! That wasn't us.
Silence, creature. I will destroy you and everything.
These two just don't get along. The Dracula experiment is the last piece of the puzzle. And with your help, the world will never see the name Frankenstein the same again. Open the doors! Our greatest victory is just through there. Quickly, this will change your life. I'll join you in the catacombs. Please don't touch that.
Immediately following the pre-show, you enter the locker room. I love that. So instead of doing it at the very beginning, you can walk through the queue with all of your stuff before you get on the ride vehicle. You can put your stuff away.
Participate in the experiment. This ride simulates dramatic aerobatics. The capsule navigation unit will suddenly accelerate. Stop, turn, spin, climb.
Wow. A rotating station. Look at this. It is so much darker. Look at that, you can kind of see it. Wow. That is crazy. It's a whole rotating platform that goes all the way over. All right, it is time to get on board. I will see you when we're done. Okay, quick spoiler-free review of Monsters Unchained. Holy cow, that is a fantastic ride. The only thing that hampered the experience was that half the monsters pretty much were asleep for the ride. So there is that. That was pretty unfortunate, but it is still fantastic. The movement, it's more intense than Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. It's the same exact ride system with slight modifications, but it is a bit more intense. It throws you around a little bit more. All in all, I cannot wait to ride this thing when it's firing on all cylinders and all the monsters are awake and functioning. But the technology that they use in this attraction is phenomenal. And all the special effects that we did see that were up and running and functional were amazing. I loved every second of it. Is it as good as Ministry though? I don't think so. I had an emotional reaction to Battle at the Ministry. This one didn't give me an emotional reaction, but that doesn't mean that I hated it by any means. This is still a #2 ride in the park for me. Battle at the Ministry and then Monsters Unchained. That was fantastic. We'll see if my opinion changes once I get a really good ride through with all the monsters awake and functioning. But other than that, guys, definitely make time for this attraction. Oh no, and it just went down again. We just got off of it too. Holy cow, we got lucky. Ooh boy. So definitely, this is a ride to prioritize as soon as you get inside the park. Over the course of all the previews and everything that we've seen so far, this attraction has experienced the most downtime. So definitely get here and ride this as soon as you can. And then if you have time a little bit later, do it again. So just to give you guys an idea of our timeline for today, it's going on 1:40 in the afternoon. We got in just before 10 and started our first ride at 10 o'clock. And we've only gotten both Stardust Racers done, Curse of the Werewolf, and now Frankenstein done. So just to give you guys a frame of reference, this is definitely a 2-day park. We still have all of the other worlds to explore here at Epic Universe. So just bear that in mind. If you're trying to get everything done in one day, you're really doing yourself a disservice because there's so much to see and do. And especially being here with Coda, she's intrigued by everything and wanting to see and do everything. So yeah, give yourself 2 days, please. And it looks like what we're doing next is Constellation Carousel. It's only a 5-minute wait and Coda and all of them just ran on through. So something I want to point out is that they have two-seater ride vehicles, so you can have an adult in the back and then a small child in the front. What animal are you going for?
A bear.
A bear?
Yeah.
That bear's.
That bear's.
Run for the bear, babe, run! Run for the bear! So for example, I'm in an adult seat, and there's another seat over here in case you have a little one, and they can ride in front of you with their own little straddle and seatbelt, which by the way, there are seatbelts on this thing. You have to pull it up all the way and around and buckle. You actually get pretty high up on these things. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Also, I do recommend being on a turntable. You can see how we're on our own individual disc. This is so different. Unlike any carousel I've ever been on. And that's it, it's over. So I did not notice this and Coda pointed it out. Look at the shadows in the grounds, the light. It's the different phases of the moon. I did not even realize that. Good catch, babe. Okay, now we can make our way into Super Nintendo World. Also, something I noticed, a little bit of a downside of our Super Nintendo World is that we don't have the Super Nintendo World photo op outside with the warp pipes and everything. We have it in Hollywood and in Japan, but not here. So, a little bit of a trade-off, but for this wonderful entrance, I will take it. Also, you can see that there's an escalator over here. In case you have a wheelchair, you can go through there, and there's another entrance to elevators. There you go. Once again, I want to remind you guys that this park is still in technical rehearsal, so those things aren't working in there. This key game isn't working properly. The Koopa Troopa up there isn't exactly functioning properly, so there are still things that are being worked on. Okay, before we do anything else, we are all starving, so we're heading on downstairs so we can grab lunch at Toadstool Cafe. So this land is essentially a clone of Japan. What a difference. Yeah. There was no elbow room in Japan. But now look at that. We can see the floor. There's so much room for activities. It's insane.
I can play the game.
I know, we can play the games. It doesn't like you, but it's gonna like me. Dang it. Here's where you can order your food at Toadstool Cafe. They do recommend that you use mobile order, but if for whatever reason you can't use the app or anything, you can individually order and pay for your items here. But take a look at all the little items that they have. All these little power-ups. How cute. So we made our way into the main area of the restaurant, and you stop over here at this desk and you tell them your party size and they will assign you a table based on that party size. Okay, so the first half of our food has arrived. This is the Chef Toad Chicken Special. This is definitely something that I haven't seen before, and this was $18. All right, the rest of our food has arrived. Both Coda and I got Mario burgers, and we have a Mountain Beanpole cake. And don't forget, guys, while you're here in Super Nintendo World, make sure you keep your eye out for hidden Pikmin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to take a ride on Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. I read this book in high school. How did Bowser get a hold of it? All right, time to grab our visors. Boop. Heck yeah, brand spanking new. Before you head on inside, they tell you how to play. First, they tell you how to put on the visor, and then they're gonna switch on over to more of the controls. So the land itself is extremely similar to what they have in Japan, but there are some differences, especially like here in the queue for Mario Kart. The whole queue design and layout is definitely very different, but one thing that is the same is all the stairs. So like I said earlier, if you guys are coming here for early park entry and you really want to do Super Nintendo World, make sure you get it done early and make sure you do Mario Kart early, because right now the attraction is only running at half capacity, I think, because normally there's supposed to be 2 lines over here for both sides because there's a dual load unload station, and I believe they're only running at half capacity right now because we are going very slow. Well, I was completely wrong. They are actually running both sides. Holy cow. And then once we're done with Mario Kart, you exit out into Mario Motors. Again, very similar to what we saw in Japan, but a very different layout. I love it. I always enjoy a ride on Mario Kart, but the problem is that the park isn't even officially open yet, and things are damaged. Like, parts of the queue have clearly been broken off by guests. And we've only had team members and their guests come into the park so far, aside from other, like, invited people. So parts of the queue are broken. There are these little M symbols on the steering wheel, and those are already starting to peel. Paint is starting to chip in different places because people are messing with it. Like, it sucks that this is why we can't have nice things in the States, because people don't know how to keep their hands to themselves, and they don't know how to, you know, treat things properly and treat things with respect. So you're gonna get things that are already broken, and that's not just like technical stuff for previews or anything that's going on right now, because there are a couple of things that need to still be worked out. Like, my button on my steering wheel was a little janky. That's stuff that can be worked out, but paint chipping, and you can see it's deliberate because of guests messing with things like that, it sucks to see, you know? So yeah, just be aware of that when you come here. Like, it's a brand new park, but things are gonna be messed with. All right, next up, Yoshi's Adventure.
Know what to do. So, I'm looking for help. Are you all here to explore Mount Beanpole? That means you can help me find Captain Toad and the Golden Egg.
This is definitely one of the most adorable queues out there. It is so cute. I guess the bros get the red Yoshi. So we're making our way out of Super Nintendo World, and I just want to show you guys, there is an alternate entrance down here at this level. You have Peach's Castle up there, you have the stairs down here, Toadstool Cafe. You come on out over here, it says exit, exit, and this is like the more official exit to the land at ground level. And you can see we come out next to the entrance of the land. There's the portal right over there, and then we have the Super Nintendo World store right here. All right, my friends, it is time for How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. All right, babe, arguably your most anticipated land, How to Train Your Dragon. You excited?
Yeah.
You gonna get a Grunkle?
Yeah.
But you already have a Wolfman. Speaking of, where is he?
In my bag.
In your bag? He's
taking
suffocating.
a nap.
He's taking a nap? He's suffocating in there.
He's awake at night.
Ah, okay. Let's go get you a Grunkle. You're a lady on a mission. Please bless us with some cold. Oh my gosh. Look at him.
I've got good news. I found one of them. Everyone say hello to Rough Runner. You've been worrying me sick today. Anyway,
Oh.
Rough Runner has been practicing his pouncing with his siblings. Rough Runner, is that pouncing something you would like to demonstrate for every... Okay, yes, that's good. All right. So maybe a night like side Viking, maybe, I don't know, wearing an egg, yeah, around the neck. Okay, Rough Runner, this is all you. No pressure. Okay, nice one stand. And then let's see. Very good! Give them a round of applause, everybody! Let's go and find the rest of your siblings. Are you not coming?
Aww.
I'll give you fish. The lake trout. You want to play another game, don't you? Okay, fine. How about how about find the fish? Don't want that one. Okay, red fish, green fish? You want that one? Not today. All right. Okay. You want to play Toothless Says again, don't you? Toothless Says! Wiggle your ears. See a little wiggling. I don't see a little wiggling. Okay, very good. Okay, let's do it. Okay, how about this? Toothless Says, put your right paw in. Woo! You went ahead of me on that one. Okay, now Toothless Says, take your right paw out. You beat me to it. Okay. Yeah. How about this then? Toothless Says, the dragons are coming! Quick, look to the sky! Toothless said, look to the sky! Where are they? Where are they? Where are your mom and dad? Oh, they're not here. All right, look down at the ground. You're out. But you know what? Rough Runner wins again. Give Rough Runner another round of applause. Excellent. Very good. You know what? I think, yes, you can look down at the ground now.
It's fake.
No, it's not. It's real.
Don't believe him.
Whatever.
Hi, Viking.
Why is your hair growing upside down? The reason why yours is going right side up.
Oh, Loki.
Oh, you got me totally. That was awesome.
So we came inside Toothless's Treasures gift shop and take a look at that. The little night lights are up there. How adorable. They're just chilling.
Say our birth upside down. But before we do that, are you right or left? Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. Okay. I promise to take care of this dragon. Like a true Viking would. We have a true dragon. Viking. And a true dragon. A true dragon. So like I said, the dragons are born upside down. So I'm gonna have you pull the count of three. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And you Gronko! You have a name for your Gronko. I have a Gronko. Her name is Gumbo.
I was thinking meatball.
Meatball!
How cute.
The ceremony, we're going to tell you right here on the side of your adoption ceremony, okay?
Little Grunkle bite. Hey babe, guess what? Guess what? Grunkle bite.
What's his name?
Meatball.
Meatball.
Oh, nice. That's a really good name.
Yeah.
What is this thing?
It's a niffler. He likes shiny things.
Oh, so you would like your forehead. That's why you never show it.
Well, yeah,
It's so oily.
I'm sensitive about it. It's fine. Anyway, what's the niffler's name? It doesn't have one?
Doesn't really have one.
You gave Meatball a name, but not that thing? Is it because you like Meatball more?
Maybe.
Nice! Yeah,
What kind
take
of an
that,
upbringing
Nibbler.
are you giving these children? Shame on you.
Shame.
Shame.
All right, see ya.
I love them. There's a sleeping dragon. I had no idea this was here. Look at him. He's just sleeping. He's doing a snooze. By the way, guys, we're not going to be doing fire drill until opening day because we have express passes for opening day and we're staying at Helios, so we can get wet over here, go back to the hotel and change and get back into the park. It looks like the rest of the gang is inside the meat hall, so let's go ahead and check it out. Oh, wow. Holy cow, this place is huge. I can't wait to explore this more. I think we're just gonna go and get a refill on our mug and then head back out. All right, next attraction up on the list for today is Hiccup's Wing Gliders. I also love how all the lockers here, you don't need like a ticket or anything. It just uses your face. That is awesome. You can push to rent, you look at the camera, you confirm your face, and then it opens a locker right down here. Also, in case you guys are curious, if you forget what locker you were in or like what station, it'll tell you because I put my bags in like station 5 and I went over to 4 and it scanned my face and it was like, nope, you are over at 5. So that's really good. You don't have to carry a park ticket or anything with you. It just uses your face. Very convenient. Sweetheart, I think you have a problem.
No.
You like Gronkles a little too much.
So.
Next attraction on the list in my final of Epic Universe is Dragon Racers Rally. And in case you guys are curious, there is another test seat at the end of the queue just before you get sorted. So there aren't traditional lockers, but they do have little cubbies. So we're gonna put our stuff away and hop on. Okay, Dragon Racers Rally. That ride's a little tricky to figure out, but I successfully managed to get one full rotation around to go upside down. That was really cool. Coda, did you manage to get a full rotation or no?
I got upside down, I didn't do full rotation.
Ah, okay. So yeah, like I was sitting behind her and you just kind of have to figure out your momentum. So you're kind of swinging yourself around and you're having to control the wings. It's really weird. It's definitely gonna take a couple of rides to figure yourself out and figure out what works for you. But that's still a lot of fun. And if you can get some more multiple barrel rolls in, that would be great. But yeah, I'm happy I got one full rotation upside down. The look of pure joy on your face as you watch that Gronkle rise. You are so easily entertained. So we were saying earlier, this has to be an homage to Dueling Dragons, right? Because we have a blue dragon over here, and then we have a red dragon right there. So they're kind of next to each other, and they're, you know, doing their thing. It's gotta be a reference, right? Seems a little too intentional. All right, another portal complete. Let's head on over to our last one. All right, our final world of the evening. Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 1920s Paris. It's definitely a lot less busy in here than it was for our preview a couple weeks ago. Holy cow. So much room for activities. All right, ladies and gentlemen, luck is on our side. We did manage to get a return time for Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry at 3 o'clock. So now it is time to head on inside. And we have made it back to the Ministry. And this time, there are no stanchions around, so we have like free reign of the whole place. What the heck? This is awesome. It is so good to see Umbridge's face again. I am so excited to get on. What do you think?
It's bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
This is full-scale Ministry right here. All right, let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get on the ride before it possibly goes down again. Let's go.
No one does.
What's on the wall?
There's kitty. Look at this little one. His little ears.
I told you guys Coda would love this room. Obsessed with all the cats.
Yes, she does. Not at all has Alto wanted this.
So we're almost done with the queue and we're approaching the load platform. I do have a sneaking suspicion that this is supposed to be a dual load. I think that we're supposed to have another queue over here and another load on this side so that the ride can go underneath us. That's the only reason why I think we would go up and over, because we load on that side over there. I can't think of another reason why we would be going up and over. We'll see. More investigation is needed. Ah, well, my theory was correct. It is a dual load station. We have a load over here and a load over here. They're just not utilizing both sides. Interesting. Okay, bye. Yay. And again, I just want to bring up that you do exit the attraction through the ministry again, so you have another opportunity to get photos of all of this. So you don't necessarily have to wait in here prior to getting in the line. And in order to exit, you need to go through the Flu Network again. We tried. Oh, there it is. Woohoo! All right, sweetheart, you just got off a battle at the ministry. I know you have thoughts.
I do have thoughts.
Let me have it.
Well, first of all, for somebody behind the camera who describes it as Spider-Man and Tower of Terror, that was the words you used, right?
Yeah, that's a very accurate description.
I went in, I was white knuckling the straps on that thing. I genuinely missed half the ride because anytime it would shake a little bit, I'd be like, I'm like holding on to the I do not like Tower of Terror at all. I got hot and sweaty at one point. I got off clammy. I was having a panic attack on that ride because it is Spider-Man in the Tower of Terror ride. If you're worried about drops, Rise of the Resistance drops more. Like, this barely, it just jiggles. You'll be fine. I'm gonna have to ride this again at some point because I was too busy freaking out. Thanks.
So for anyone who suffers from motion sickness, because I know you had a problem over at Tokyo Disneyland with Peter Pan, what's the motion sickness level? Should people really be worried?
I don't know if people should be. I see how people could get nauseous. I see it. I get it. However, I was nauseous from putting the seatbelt on because I was freaking out. It's fine. I'm fine. I really don't like Tower of Terror.
So now that you've ridden a good majority of the rides here at Epic Universe, how does this one in particular rank amongst all the other ones?
I want to see monsters run at everything, full capacity, full working. I want to see that because I think that's going to be my favorite. This is good from when my eyes were open. And I wasn't thinking, oh my god, it's hot, I'm getting nauseous.
See, I didn't want to spoil anything else though, because the most accurate way to describe it is Tower of Terror mixed with Spider-Man. It's the Tower of Terror ride vehicle mixed with Spider-Man. And there is one moment where you do drop a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad as what you were probably thinking. But overall, do you like this ride and do you think that it's worth the stress of a virtual queue? Because it's pretty darn impressive.
Okay, seeing as though all 3 times I didn't get in, I don't know if it's worth the stress of a virtual queue. It was impressive. The set pieces, the animatronics were cool. I'm just not a virtual queue girly. I don't have good luck with virtual queues, so...
Okay, fair enough.
To each their own.
I also want to let you guys know that there is an on-ride photo available. They do take the photo at the very end of the ride, just so you guys know when to expect it. And it's kind of shaped like the Daily Prophet. So babe, go ahead and open it up. Take a look at that. It's like an actual newspaper, and then you have your photos over there. So you can see Coda and I in the back.
Smiling through the fear, I saw the camera.
So you knew, and you see Umbridge sent to Azkaban. So this was $39.99 before any discounts. After my annual pass discount, it came out to $36. So little on the pricier side, but the souvenir Daily Prophet that you get for it is awesome, and it's definitely very unique.
Oh, so cute!
I wish I was recording when Coda found the mooncalf. And I swear, this thing responds to you. It has to.
You're so cute. You're so cute. Yeah.
She is obsessed with all the creatures.
My little dance.
So we don't have time for too many spells, but we do have a Niffler over here, a baby Niffler. Actually, there's several. There's several baby Nifflers. I think you accidentally did the spell because that's what it's supposed to do. You just kind of stood there. I think that's the point.
Where do I point?
I don't know where you point. Oh, look, there you go. You got it.
I did something.
You shake it, and then the coins come out. So right next to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter over at the concierge station, we did find a fuel rod charger. I know a couple of you guys have been asking if fuel rods do exist here at Epic, and they do. We don't have our fuel rod with us right now, but we will be back later. But the point is, they do have a fuel rod station. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that is going to do it from us here at Epic Universe for Coda's first full day. We actually got a lot done today. I think we pretty much did every single ride in the park except for Fire Drill. We did do Donkey Kong Minecart Madness off camera, and we didn't do the shows. But other than that, we got a lot done today. Holy cow, I was not expecting to get that much stuff done. And the park was open from 11 until 9. So just bear that in mind. We also didn't have a lot of time to like really stop and look at a lot of the details. Like we barely just touched the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So like I said, if you guys are wanting to really see all the details and ride all the rides and do all the shows, this is definitely a 2-day park. But I want to thank you all so much for watching today's video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about today's video. We have a lot more Epic Universe content coming your way, guys. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any videos. I hope you are all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, evening, and I'll see you guys in the next video.